Hello. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It has always been this gap that I give in between, but hopefully, I'm not going to give it anymore. I am going to try and regularly upload as many videos as I possibly can. Starting off with this one, the VCT Champions 2022 predictions of mine and of the group stages. And I believe that it's going to be pretty interesting. Let's get into it. So group number one, we've got pretty interesting teams, and I think that this is a pretty straightforward group, at least in terms of what we expect. Two teams, which is PaperX and Liquid. But I think that this could be an interesting group, given that, you know what, it's straight up. I think PaperX is going to go through in the first round, and I think they will be facing Team Liquid. Making a bold prediction here because I think Leviathan have good scope. I think Leviathan are pretty good in the way that they function, but I think that Liquid's going to go through here, and I think PaperX are comfortably going to be able to beat Liquid. There's no doubt so whatsoever. As much as I love Liquid myself, it's not going to happen. And here, I'm going to say that Edward Gaming actually go ahead and beat Leviathan. I don't know why exactly it seems like it, but they've had a clean run in their East Asia last chance qualifiers where they have not been beaten on a single map. None. Since the start to the end of the event, they've beaten all their opponents by 2-0 or 3-0. And that's pretty goddamn impressive. Given that they're hot on their form as well, I would say that first ever appearance in an international stage for Edward Gaming, as given that they have a past of cleaning all of their opponents, 2-0, 3-0, one of those opponents was also Northampton. And of course, I think that they're going to go through against Leviathan, especially given who might have experience, but I don't think Edward Gaming going to go down to them. But here, I believe that Team Liquid will qualify through. I think PaperX and Team Liquid have got this in the bag. Team Liquid will have a little bit of a difficult journey against PaperX, but I think they will beat Edward Gaming to go through. Yeah, that's group one. Let's go to group two. All right, group two, we've got history again here. Optic and Loud, who've been pretty much rivals since the first ever time that they've met. And I think that that's going to happen again here. I'm not quite sure if they're going to be able to, if they're going to meet each other, because I have some pretty interesting picks here. Okay. Zeta will beat Loud. Hear me out. And why I'm saying this is because in Masters 1, they were insane. Right? They had a rocky start. It looked like Zeta's just going to, bow out like in the region. But they made top 4. And they were absolutely insane. They went on to almost, give a tough competition to Optic, even though it was a 3-0 in the, lower bracket final. They did something that nobody expected them to do. They had a pretty great run. While in M2, they did not qualify. They did not make it through. Northampton came in their place. Northampton beat them, which, gives a little bit of a revenge story plot over here for Zeta. I think that Zeta will do a pretty good job given their stature, and whilst Loud are prodigies, I think they're pretty good. They will come back. They will beat Boom, who are the first ever Indonesian team to make through, but I think that, given their recent history, Boom have only been, this is their first ever appearance in any international tournament outside of the SEA, and the group stages are going to be the max for them. I don't see them going any further. Here, Optic's going to go pretty comfortably. And I'm going to say that, you know what? I'm going to make a bold prediction. Zeta goes through. I'm going to say that Zeta goes through because I believe in their, composition play. They have a very good set strategy bundle for every single map. And I think that their weaknesses are exploited very, very, minimally on very few maps. Actually, I think there's only 2 maps where they are pretty much uncomfortable, which I think is giving them a lot more room to play with. And I think that's why Optic and Zeta going from group 2. All right, group 3. We've got upset makers over here, along with Masters 2 champions. Let's see if these upset makers can actually do something. So upset makers, we've got Crew Esports, and of course we've got Xerxia Esports, right? Now these two teams have been in the past 2-3 Masters, but they haven't really shown as much vigor as we expect them. Last time they were in Champions, Crew had an insanely good run. They were a dark horse. They were to be feared. They beat some of the best teams in the world, and they have that potential to do so, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it this time against FunPlus Phoenix. I think FPX are absolutely brilliant, and there's nothing that's going to stop them from going further. I don't think even Xerxia, who I believe will beat Exet are just, they're like headless chickens right now. They came into Masters to think as the, champs, and well, they didn't really perform as much, did they? They didn't really give out anything. And whilst I think that Exet has a pretty good team, they're not going to be good enough for Crew either. And I think that FunPlus Phoenix will go through, and in the end, it's going to be Crew going through. Xerxia have always had this curse around them since the first ever time that they've beaten Optic way back when. That's just been it for them. They haven't gone past the group stages, and I don't think they're going past this time either. Sorry, Xerxia and Exet, but Crew have experience. They know how to beat teams. They've beaten them before, and FunPlus Phoenix are just, well. And last but not least, group number 4. Now this is an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen. DRX, Furia, Fnatic, and 100 Thieves. Now, a battle of the minds for sure between Fnatic and 100 Thieves. This is going to be a tasty affair, because 100 Thieves, amazing organization, have had so many changes happen in their recent history. Finally they've made it to champions. They've never played in Masters either. They've had no international presence whatsoever, and finally they're here. But I don't think they're gonna go all the way through, because they have no idea how it is to face these teams. Fnatic favorites, come on man, there's no chance I'm taking any sort of L's over here. I'm gonna go for DRX over here, and I think that Fnatic is gonna go through. DRX are gonna wait for either Furia or 100 Thieves, and I think that 100 Thieves, whilst they have a pretty good set strategy in terms of the way they play, the young players are absolutely brilliant. Will, Asana, they're amazing. Right? I think that they will be able to beat Furia. Furia almost didn't make it, by the way, because of Crew Esports, but they got through, and Crew are also here thanks to their master appearances and of course ranking up the points. But Furia qualified here through their region's LCQ, and I think that the groups are the most for them. I don't see them going any further than this. 100 Thieves and DRX, man, the DRX are just brilliant. They've got their ways about the way that they work, and I think that whilst they might prove to be a little less of a Fnatic, I think that they are just about in their right capacity to beat 100 Thieves. And yeah, that's the group stages, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is what it is. Going back, PaperX, Team Liquid, Optic and Zeta, FPX, Crew, and Fnatic and DRX are going to be our top 8 into the playoffs. It might be a little bold prediction on towards Zeta, but I think this is going to be good. And let me see how I fare. Fingers crossed. See you guys at Champions.